Something smooth yet sinister, coming through to diminish you. And this here's the finisher. Check it out.
Hello guys, it's your boy Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web. And today we got a little bit of a ninja update to the game, guys. Alright, there is nothing in the in-game news talking about this. So for those of you that may have missed out, want to go ahead and bring this to you guys' attention. Alright, so what we got going on today, looks like Gumi has snuck in here the Omni evolutions for Elza and Alice. Alright, so two new wonderful dark units now have their Omni evos. We're going to go ahead and evolve them and chat a little bit about them here today, okay? So let's go ahead and get this thing started off with Alice. Alright, we'll start with Alice, evolve her up to her Omni form. What you need in order to do that: 2 dark mecha gods, miracle totem, dark pot times 2, metal mimic, and a legend stone, 3 million Zell, 1 million karma. You can go ahead and throw your Alice up to her Omni form. Alright, so let's go ahead and evo this bad guy, huh? See what she's all about, you heard me? Okay, Alice, evo. Now we just hope we don't get connection errors. It's thinking, and done thinking. Excellent. Alright, check it out, people. There she is there. Until now, my world consisted of my father and Barrier alone. But the real world is so big. So big. That's what she said. Alright, guys. So let's go ahead and talk briefly about what Alice is all about here, okay? So, Dark Omni unit, alright, she has a normal hit count of 12, opportunity to get up to 48 DCs total drop check, so that's 4 per hit, alright. On her BB, she has a 15 hit AoE, gonna take you 25 BCs to fill that gauge up, and it has a 370% damage modifier on that, alright. On the SBB, 21 hit AoE attack, 30 BCs to fill that up for a total of 55 in order to fill up the BB gauge, then the SBB gauge. Alright, got a damage modifier of 580% on that bad boy. And then lastly, we got the UBB, which is a 27 hit AoE attack, 30 BCs to fill that gauge up, 1500% damage modifier. Alright, so when it comes to the imps, alright, max imp stats on her, man, you're going to be happy if you got anima on her. She can go up to 2000 on the HP. The other 3 stats she maxes out at 400. Alright, so attack, defense, and recovery, total of 400. Alright, now let's go ahead and get into the leader skill for her. Alright, leader skill, as you see here, it's called Purifier's Declaration. 50% boost to attack, recovery, max HP, restores HP, and hugely boosts BB gauge each turn. Alright, and that's 6 BCs per turn, and about 600 to 800 plus 10% of the unit's recovery and healing. Okay, and damage taken may restore HP. You got a 30% chance to heal 25% of the damage you just took in HP. Alright, heal it right back up. Then we have her extra skill here. It's called Unleashed Soul. Slight HP absorption, damage dealt boosts BB gauge, and damage taken may slightly restore HP. Okay, so she has a 5 to 10% HP drain, 100% chance on that, by the way. 5 BC fills, 5 BCs thrown into her BB gauge when she deals any damage. Alright, as soon as she deals damage, boom, 5 BCs. Alright, and then lastly, 25% chance to recover 20 to 25% of the HP that was taken from damage. Alright, so however much damage she taken, say she got smacked upside the head for 1000 damage, you got a 25% chance to heal 250 HP. Okay, basically how it works. So her BB, as you see here, is called Apollyon Divide. Alright, 15 combo dark attack on all foes, greatly restores HP, and considerably boosts defense and recovery for 3 turns, and that is by 140% on the defense and recovery. Alright, her SBB is called Spell Vestige, 21 combo powerful dark attack on all foes, hugely boosts attack relative to recovery, and that is a 80% conversion. Hugely boosts BC efficacy for 3 turns, that is a 50% boost. and adds probable 1-turn attack and defense reduction effect to attack for 3 turns. All right, so 20% chance to reduce the enemy's attack and defense is painted onto your squad. All right, and then lastly we got the UBB. It's called Missing Note. 27 combo, massive dark attack on all foes, enormous 2-turn attack reduction. That is a 100% chance to reduce the enemy's attack by 80%. All right, enormously boosts attack and defense relative to recovery. That is a 150% conversion there. Enormously boosts BB attack for 3 turns. That is by 600%. And lastly, she will fully restore the squad's HP for 3 turns. All right, so there you have it, nice full HP there. Now let's talk about her enhancements, guys. Once you go ahead and get her buffed up, fused full of fodder, you got 100 SP. Here are your options. All right, so for 10 points you can boost her attack and recovery by 20%. For 10 points you can boost her defense and max HP by 20%. For 10 points you can basically give her a unlimited HOT effect, so you restore HP each turn. All right, good stuff. For 20 points, it enhances the BB's defense and recovery boost. All right, so on her BB, it boosts defense and recovery by 140%. If you select this enhancement, it will now boost it by an additional 10% for a total of 150%. All right. Then for 50 points, add probable HP restoration when attacked for 3 turns to BB and SBB. All right, so if you pick this one, when you use her BB and SBB, you have a chance to heal HP when attacked. All right, 20% chance to heal, 25 to 30% of the damage taken as HP. Okay. Then for 30 points, she adds a huge defense boost relative to recovery for 3 turns effect to the SBB. All right, so she's already boosting attack relative to recovery. You take this enhancement, she will also boost defense relative to recovery, and that is also an 80% conversion. All right, and then last but not least, for 20 points you can add status ailment removal effect to BB and SBB. All right, so pretty decent unit here, guys. All right, she has a lot that she can do, especially on the HP side. I really like how having her as a part of your squad would definitely pretty much keep your HP full, and they're full almost all the time. All right, good stuff on Miss Omni Alice there. Lovely Princess Alice, they call her. Alrighty then, so that's all for Alice, folks. Let's go ahead and move on to my baby for a long time, boy. That's my baby Elza right here. So what you need to evolve her up, we're going to need pretty much the same stuff you need for Alice. It's actually the exact same stuff, guys, that you need to evolve Alice. You also need to evolve Elza. All right, exact same, no differences in nothing. So just make sure you have, twice as much as the match, and then you'll be able to go ahead and evolve both of them. So let's go ahead and evolve my baby Elza, and then we'll go ahead and discuss what she is capable of. Yeah, that's my girl. She's all right now, so I need to move forward now too. I need to take a new first step. All right, there she is, Omni Elza. So let's talk about old Omni Elza here. All right, gotta say, boy, this is my baby, but I'm a little bit disappointed in how they treated her as an Omni unit. But let's go ahead and discuss what I mean here. First of all, normal attack is 13 hits, has a total drop check of 52. That's 4 per hit. Her BB is a 33 hit AoE, going to take you 25 BCs to fill that gauge up. Damage modifier of 360% there. Then we got the SBB, which is a 42 hit AoE attack. It's going to take you 30 BCs to fill that up. Total of 55 BCs to fill up the BB and the SBB gauge there. We have a damage modifier of 560% on her. All right, and then on the UBB we have a 49 hit AoE dark attack. 30 BCs to fill that gauge up. 1500% damage modifier on her. Okay. As far as the imp caps go, we have on the HP 1250, on the attack 800, on the defense 400, on the recovery 500. All right, not too shabby. So her leader skill here, you can see, it's called Meditative Dance. 80% boost to attack, 40% boost to max HP, and considerably boost BC efficacy. That is by 50%. And spark damage boosts BB gauge, that is by 2 to 3 BCs per spark. And lastly, restores HP on spark, and that's by 3 to 500 per spark. Alright, in my opinion, very useful leader skill for a spark based squad. Alright, very useful. Alright, her extra skill is called Sisterly Bond, adds defense ignore effect for 2 turns to BB and SBB. Slight HP absorption, it's 5 to 10% HP, 100% chance, and 80% boost to spark damage when HP is over 50%. Right, so when she has more than 50% HP, she is going to boost her own spark damage by 80%, which also stacks with whatever other spark damage boost you got from another member of your squad or herself. All right, good stuff there. Now, as you all know, Elza is a super spark blanket. All right, that is pretty much what she excels at. That's why she has straight up high hit counts on pretty much everything she does. All right, so we got the BB here. It's called Grim Labyrinth Loop. 33 combo, dark attack on all foes, high probable injury, curse, sick, and paralysis effect, and those all have a 80% chance to hit, which is pretty freaking high, I might add. All right. Hugely boosts BB gauge, that is by 8 BCs. Alright, she gives 8 BCs insta fill to the squad, and hugely boosts spark damage for 3 turns by 90%. Alright, that's not a lot, guys. Alright, this is an Omni, and she only boosts by 90%. There's 7 stars doing that crap. Alright, and that's a little bit of my issue with her, but let's continue. We also have the SBB here. It's called Redeem Termination. 42 combo, powerful dark attack on all foes. Adds probable injury, curse, sick, and paralysis effects to attack for 3 turns. Alright, so this time, instead of just having a flat out 80% chance to inflict it, she paints the squad with it. Alright, and then the entire squad will have an 18% chance to inflict injury and sick, and a 10% chance to inflict paralysis and curse. Alright, she also hugely boosts spark damage for 3 turns, which is still by 90%. Alright, and greatly restores HP and hugely boosts BB gauge for 3 turns. Okay, so she gives a flat out burst heal. Alright, and then she's going to get you that BBOT effect for 3 turns. Alright, which is going to be 7 per turn. So for 3 turns, you're going to get 7 BCs thrown into your gauge. Pretty decent. Okay, lastly, we have the UBB. It's called Ultimate Memorica. I think that's what it's called. Ultimate Memoricia, maybe. However you say it, I don't know. 49 combo, massive dark attack on all foes, random status ailment infliction, enormously boosts spark damage, that's by 200%, and damage against status afflicted foes for 3 turns. So that's a 300% boost in damage to any foe that has status ailments on them, and enormously boosts BB gauge for 3 turns. So she gives you the BBOT, throwing 50 BCs in your gauge at the end of every turn for 3 turns. Alright, not too shabby there. So let's go ahead and talk about her enhancements once you get her all fired up here. So for 20 points, you can have a 20% boost to all stats. Good stuff. For 10 points, you can boost her own elemental damage, and that's by 50%. For 10 points, you can boost her BB gauge each turn, and that's by 2 BCs. For 20 points, it enhances the SBB's BB gauge boost each turn effect. So instead of healing by 7 per turn for 3 turns, it will increase by 9 BCs per turn for 3 turns. Alright. For 50 SP points, enhances spark damage boost effect added to BB, SBB, and UBB, and that is by 30%. Alright, 30%. Alright, so she can have up to a total of 120% on BB and SBB, and on UBB up to 230%. Alright, and that's kind of what my issue is with Elza, guys. Okay, she's a spark unit, and she's been a top tier spark unit for shoot, as long as I can remember, since she's been out. Basically, she was one of the top 6 and 7 stars, hands down. Alright, and they just gave her a very lackluster spark damage boost. Alright, there's a ton of, well, I don't want to say a ton, but there's a good number of Omnis in the game that already give a spark boost that's higher than that. Alright, so you're not really gonna want to use her for spark damage boosting. Okay, there's better options. Okay, On top of that, what she can add to her BB and SBB as far as the enhancements goes, there's also other Omnis out there already that are capable of doing what she does already as well. So the bad thing about this Omni Elza is they didn't really make her own type of unit. All right, she's just basically another repeat unit, which is kind of sad in my opinion, because Elza is my baby. She's been my baby since forever. But man, they really went lackluster on this Omni in my opinion. Okay, and one last thing that they did that I really dislike is they completely flipped her UBB, man. Her UBB on her 7-star gave 2 turns of complete light element damage negation. A light element unit hit you, they did 1 damage for 2 turns. And they just completely smack dab, slap that junk up off of her UBB when she go to Omni form. So yeah, she's more about spark damage and status elements now than about that light mitigation damage, which kind of bites, honestly. I did like that 2-turn of light mitigation, and I did make use of it quite often back in her heyday. But now they completely removed it, so not going to be using her for that anymore. So that's kind of my beef with what they did with Omni Elza, guys. Honestly, they did not make her that good. They did not make her that good. You will probably be using Ease, Vern, Zero, some other spark unit besides her. I doubt you're going to be using her too much, alright? Depending on how you enhanced your Vern, your Ease, your Spark, you're probably not going to have really any use for her unless you need to add maybe status elements into the mix. That's about it, honestly. That's about it. But moving on to her last few enhancements here. For 40 points, you can add a slight BB gauge boost during Spark for 3 turns effect to BB-SBB. And that'll be a 1 to 2 BC field per Spark there. And then lastly, for 40 points, you can add probable Spark critical for 3 turns effect to BB and SBB. And that'll be a 20% chance to deal 50% more Spark damage. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Omni Alice, Omni Elza in a nutshell. I'm probably still going to max my Elza because she's my girl and I like her. But I can honestly say I may not be using her too often. Sad to say, but may not be using her too often, man. And Alice, I pretty much know I'm not going to be using, alright? But that pretty much wraps this one up, guys. So that's the Omni Evos and information for Omni Alice and Omni Elza. So I hope you guys learned something. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Brave Frontier content. I'll be coming you guys way with more videos soon, alright? So if you wish to as well, to join the Facebook group, link down below in the description. All right, otherwise we're gonna wrap this thing up. So thanks for hanging out, thanks for checking it out, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.